Hi, it's Kelly again, and I wanted to continue my video series of explaining to you who I am, what I do, and a little bit more about what I offer. I wanted to explain trance channeling to people that haven't got a familiarity with it. I started trance channeling in June of 2025. I took a course with the wonderful Tracy Mahan. She offered a weekend course, and for some reason, it caught my attention and I had to take it. We began working together, and I decided during that course that I was not going to sit in the background and just observe. I was going to be an active participant and get the most out of this class. I'd taken many classes before, and it was like, yeah, I'm a collector of learning. I'm always learning. So I thought I need to change this. I want this to make a difference. And I'm glad I did. Tracy asked for a volunteer. I immediately raised my hand and I was given the first chance to channel, and it worked. I couldn't believe I was channeling. It was quite shocking for me, but it worked. Basically, she gave us a framework to follow with meditations and attunements and things before we started to do it. When I was demonstrating, I was told to go to a place in hypnosis. We call it the beautiful place. And you just think about this beautiful place, and it puts you in a meditative state, very light trance state. And then you just start talking. And so what I did was I was describing my beautiful place to get words coming out of my mouth. And the next thing I know, I started to sound like a man from India. And my brain could hear it. My brain could not control what was being said. It was basically sitting back and observing, somewhat like you feel in a state of hypnosis. And I was just like, whoa, this is insane. And so fortunately, Tracy's very skilled at this. So she started to ask questions. And he told us his name was Matu. And I will put videos of Matu on my YouTube channel for people that want to check him out. And he said that we had an agreement from a previous lifetime together, not on earth, that we would work together and he would guide me to help people find their path, which was beautiful. We spoke numerous times after that. He did come into some of my hypnosis sessions at the request of the client and speak to them. Very interesting experience, but it was very strange to have words coming out of your mouth in a voice that wasn't yours and to feel this energy that the channeled entity was putting through the body. It did not feel uncomfortable. It was a very gentle, Matu is a very gentle energy. I basically felt a tingling in my head and neck areas. For people that are not spiritually awakened, it's hard to put this into words, but I used the term of having a warm blanket over you and almost a tingly feeling like you would feel when your arm is asleep, but pleasant. It's almost like a vibration moving through your body that just feels really pleasant. And the more you become aware of it, the more easy it is to pick it up because it is very subtle. And if you're not paying attention, it's very easy to kind of override it and not feel it. So Matu and I spoke. Tracy asked him questions and got some information for me, and then we practiced some more. So time went on, and I connected with a group who I still speak with of Matthew and Perry and Gary. And there are some others that join us. So we work together weekly and we practice our channeling. And they actually started their work in January when I started in June. So they were 6 months ahead of me. And I saw where they were when I met them. And I was just amazed at how they could just close their eyes, go into trance, and here comes the energy through them in the channel. Sometimes as you become more attuned, as you practice, the energies will give you more. What that means is when I started to receive the mantids, I began with a mantis being who was very gentle but a little stronger than Matu's energy. And I felt the energy come through and they tested me and worked with me. And then the next week I got a different mantis. And then the third week I got a mantid being and I felt like a raising of energy. And I know that from what they told me, my body went through attunements to handle the higher volume of energy that they would be sending through me. Now where I'm at, which is March of 2026, I'm able to close my eyes and begin channeling in seconds, and I receive a high frequency of energy through my body. I can feel it. It is not uncomfortable because I'm used to it, and they are able to talk through me. I do not I am conscious of what they're saying, but I don't remember it. So as the words are coming out of my mouth, I hear them and I'm processing them, but it's gone very quickly, kind of like waking up from a dream. And people will ask them questions. They will basically sit there silently as the question is being asked. And after the question is asked, then they will start answering. So it's very natural. It is somewhat like you see the more famous channelers like Daryl Anka and Bashar and Lee Harris and the Z's and Sheila Gillette and Theo, very similar. It's exciting to see my gifts becoming more attuned and more like these professional channelers, because it's exciting for me that I'm able to access these beings and their knowledge and help people with their messages. So that is what trance channeling is. When they are done, they basically, it's like someone's letting the water out of the sink. You feel the energy kind of flow out of your body, and then you gently open your eyes and you're back. I channel with my eyes closed. Some people don't. Maybe that'll change in the future, but at this time I channel with my eyes closed. Sometimes I will notice my body will rock because the energy level is high, and it's basically my body's way of dissipating some of the energy. You'll notice other people, I have some other friends that channel. One friend kind of vibrates and her whole body shakes depending on the energy coming through her. So every being is different. You get what you can handle. There is never a danger. There is no negativity, because as long as you keep yourself in a high vibration, which is a positive energy, you will not have any danger of a dark energy coming through. Like in my world, that's not possible. Some people may dabble in that, and that's their choice. That's their choosing. If they want to experience that, it's not welcome in my world. So it doesn't happen. It's not something I worry about or I'm concerned about. But it's very loving energy, loving, supportive guidance. And if you ever receive a channeled message that's not kind or supportive, that is a low vibrational energy, could be a stuck soul, could be anything, because you can channel pretty much anything. Again, I don't worry about that because that's not welcome in my world and it's not part of my existence. So I'm very confident that I always channel high vibrational beings, and they give loving, supportive messages, guidance, teachings. They're honest. They are very emotionless. The Mantids are not emotional. They don't worry about hurting your feelings. If you ask a question, they're going to tell you what the answer is, and they aren't going to worry about if it hurts your feelings, because they don't operate on an emotional level like humans do. They're of a higher dimension, which is where emotions are removed. Further to that, as your spirituality grows and your spiritual awakening becomes stronger, you do lose a lot of that emotion. There's no drama. I don't like to read the same types of books I used to like to read, because I'm like, this is just fake drama. I don't want this. I want to read lighthearted stories, happy stories, beautiful stories. Love the Hallmark Channel because it's not an annoying amount of conflict or drama usually. A lot of the beach books I loved to read, I can't read anymore because there's just too much drama and it doesn't appeal to me. So I'm going to cut this off. I don't want to be too wordy, but I wanted to give you an idea of what the trance channeling is. And you can check out my videos on YouTube. It's my name, at Kelie Cichoski. Thanks for watching.